Hey guys, in today's video we're going to talk about green reading basics 101. I want to talk to you today about live view golf. Now you guys hear me say all the time that you need feedback when you're practicing. You need to know if you're actually doing what you're trying to do, and the best way to give yourself feedback ultimately is video. And not only is video the best way to give yourself feedback, but being able to see yourself simultaneously as you're doing a movement is the best form of video feedback. It's the best way I've seen to make changes in your swing and be able to correlate the differences between your feels and your reels. Live view is super easy to use and set up. Simply set it up behind or in front of you. You connect it with your iPad or phone, pop that on the ground. You can actually do your practice, see yourself as you're doing it, the best way to expedite your process. I encourage you guys to check out Live View Golf. We'll put a link in the description down below with a coupon code. All right guys, so let's talk about green reading basics 101 now. As part of our journey over the winter, we told you we want to bring you guys the best of the best, and today we're doing just that. With us today we have Mr. David Orr. Now I know hopefully like 90 to 98, 99% of you guys know who David Orr is, but for those of you who do not know who he is, David Orr is the guy. He's the putting guy. He is, for me, even though he doesn't know, been a mentor of mine with putting for probably the past 5 or 6 years. When I need to know something about putting, I go watch David's stuff. David Orr is a top 50 Golf Digest teacher and ranked #1 in the state of North Carolina. It's a huge treat. I'm so grateful and thankful for him to be out here today, and I'm excited to bring you guys Green Reading 101.
All right, you ready? Yeah, so you got the sword.
Yep.
Oh, treat it like a sword, dude. Don't treat it like a fire poker. Come on, there you go.
Gotcha.
All right?
Yeah. So David, based on that first one, I feel no different about the read.
Yes.
I feel that I pulled that and the speed was bad.
Yep.
So I'm going to keep my same spot.
Yep.
And I'm going to see if I can do a better job of the performance of that.
Beautiful. Did you see how beautifully you wiped the blood off the blade? That was amazing. Much better putt. And
Yeah.
did you pull that one, or we just overread it?
I think that one felt better to me in terms of my start line. I noticed a tendency of me pulling left to right putts for sure.
Yeah.
So I would be pretty happy with that. Maybe a little over.
So let's investigate the crime scene here.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So most people start investigating the crime scene in the wrong direction.
Okay.
I started impact.
Got it.
So the face was what?
To the left.
It was closed.
Yeah.
All right, so show me a closed club face, right?
Yeah.
So do you see how you twisted it?
Yeah.
Yeah, start at neutral.
Yep.
Now show me a closed club face. You see how you twisted it?
Yeah.
Okay, now which arm twisted it?
Am I right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So in your backswing.
Yep.
All right, so now we're gonna go from impact back to transition. Do you feel really hooded with your right arm?
Yes. See, this is cool.
It's like Sherlock Holmes, right?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so yeah, so we work backwards. So the face was closed at impact. Where did I feel it closed? In the transition, I felt de-lofted and hooded.
Big time.
Just stand up for a second so
Yeah.
we can show our
Yeah.
viewers that club face is actually pointing that way. Do that again.
Yeah,
So
I do
yes,
feel that
here,
again.
stand up here again.
Yeah.
And now show me a little under rock and a little twisting of the trail arm.
Yep.
And that's where your pull comes from. Your particular pull comes from the trail arm.
Yeah, 30 seconds ago, I wouldn't have said that, but now that you mentioned that, I for sure feel that. I for sure feel that.
So sit up to it.
Yeah.
So as he makes his stroke in the backswing, he rocks and then he twists a little shut. Yes, he gets a little hooded.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. I had a top 10 player in the world come see me with the same exact problem, standing on the same exact portion of the green that you're on right now. And he won 2 weeks later once we got rid of the under twist.
Well, good. That's good news for me then.
Absolutely.
We'll fix this up. I'm not going to run.
So there's hope, right?
Yep.
Okay,
yep.
cool. All right, good. All right, let's, you want to do another putt, Eric?
Yeah, I would love
Let's
to.
do a right to left, or
Let's do it.
You know, we're going to go right here. Let's do the same process. So now, just stand in my shoes.
Yep.
Stand back here.
Yep.
Okay, ready? So
Okay.
I feel right here at the ball, left foot's lower, so I'm going to walk on the low side.
Yep.
And because this is planar, I'm just going to go 1/3 of the way and feel the slope without question. It feels to me, I mean, it's pretty, pretty average to slightly steep to me. I'm going to go 2/3 of the way and feel it. This ski feels lower than this one.
So again, the actionable first step for the normal player is walking the line between the ball and the hole,
Yeah.
and getting a feel with their feet and body, the slope.
Yeah.
Direction.
If you're a skier, you have a huge advantage.
Yeah.
Because you can feel whether one ski's lower than the other.
And they just need to do that and practice that.
Yes, but more importantly is, you know what? I'm showing you the basic principles of it. They need to get in front of an aim point instructor.
Yeah.
I've had several lessons myself. I was an aim point instructor in the beginning.
Yeah.
But because I specialize in 3D with the putting stroke, the wrists, the forearms, I tend to outsource my green reading sessions.
Got it.
You know,
Yep.
like I just had one of my tour
sense.
players. I said, Amy, you live in Orlando and Sweeney's in Orlando. Here's his number. Get up with him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. But our listeners, you need to take an entire lesson on just green reading, or 2 or 3, until you can demonstrate the principles of being able to identify break direction and break amount.
Yeah.
All right.
Everyone wants to come in and take a lesson on their stroke, but not a lot of people want to come in and take a green reading lesson.
Yeah, and I had it last week. One of my juniors say, "Hey, Mr. Orr, can I green reading lesson?" I almost fell out of my chair.
Yeah.
All right, so let's do this right to lefter. Okay,
Yep,
so you've already felt it. Which way's it break?
From right to left.
All right, and
see what I did there? I fixed myself.
Okay. Okay, now what's the ball going to do? It's going to go up.
It's going to go up,
across.
Yeah, across and down.
Yeah, and probably not much down, but just across.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
If we were up here.
Yep.
The ball's going to, here I'm at 90 degrees the slope, the ball's going to go up, across, and down.
Got it. Got it. Okay. Up and across. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So I'm going to pick my spot.
Yeah.
Right.
So you're an aim point guy.
I'm an aim point. Yeah. So I'm seeing a spot here that's a little over a foot to the right.
Okay.
Is what I would see.
I buy that.
Foot-ish. I typically always see what I would call pace that would go like 6 to 8 inches past the hole is what I visually.
So kind of dying.
Yeah.
Slowly.
Yeah.
Just catching it just before the wobble phase.
That's what I see.
Yeah, weebles wobbles, they don't fall down.
Yeah, that's right.
So watch the ball weeble wobble, right?
That's about where I'm at.
All right, cool.
So I pick my spot. I'm going to now put my sword up.
For your aim line to your aim point.
Which that really helps. I've never done that before.
Yeah, now make sure that you also see it curving off that sword.
Yeah.
We don't want the ball to start above the aim line and finish at the aim point.
Yep.
So we have to be able to direct our attention down the aim line, but have this awareness that the ball's leaving the aim line and curving toward the cup.
And so when I do this, I almost see a little red, sort of a red curve line.
Really?
Like on TV.
Yeah.
And the ball dying in the kind of just to the right of center of the hole, not on the edge, but just to the right of the center. So I'm going to wipe my blood off.
Yeah, blood off the blade. You got it.
And I feel like I'm trying to aim my face at that spot. I see the ball taking that line into the top of the hole. And then I hit.
And it started left.
Yeah.
Now that did not surprise me one bit.
Yeah.
Because you're an under twister.
Yeah. And I could feel that more now, kind of after having that conversation, which is super interesting because before we started this, I would not have even been aware of that.
Exactly.
And so I look at that putt and I would generally tell myself the same thing. I would say, I definitely feel like I started left of my line. I felt like my pace was a little bit harder than I wanted. Didn't feel terrible, but a little bit harder than I wanted. So I think I would go back. The lesson I'm getting from here is my green reading, which is this video, is close. I think I could improve.
You're skillful.
I'm close. My ability to get the ball started on my intended line
is a little left bias, a little pull bias.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, so what's interesting is because you have a pull bias, the left to right putts finished high and the right to left putts finished low.
Yeah, yeah.
So we need to work on that under twisting, and I think it starts a little bit with neither one of your hands is neutral to the face.
And we're going to get into that in future videos because I want to go and I want to go through and do that. So green reading.
Break direction, break amount.
Break direction, break amount. And what you provided here too, David, to me is a really simple starting point for someone to get behind a putt. Their big picture goal is determine the break direction, and then beyond that, it's determine the break amount. To get really good at break amount, you need to go work with an aim point instructor.
Absolutely.
Right? But as you're practicing this, you can walk up from the ball to the hole, feel the slope in your feet, determine direction, I love the putter behind the ball to the line. I'm going to start using that.
Yeah, that's targeting.
Targeting, I love that. Seeing the line. And then start hitting putts and then give yourself real feedback about what happened.
So most amateur golfers, when they miss a putt, Eric, they overreact. It's like driving in Paris. Have you ever been to Paris?
I haven't, no.
When you're driving around the Arc de Triomphe, if you hit the car on the left, then you overcorrect the steering wheel, hit the car on the right.
Okay.
So they're overreacting to their previous putt.
Yeah.
Okay. So rather than sticking to the process and doing their job, like Bill Belichick says, do your job.
Yeah.
Refine the process. So what we need to do with you is we need to look into this process of your stroke.
Yeah.
And why is Grandpa's gun shooting to the left?
Yeah. Gotcha.
That makes sense?
100%.
So I think for you, and we're going to get into this in a future video, we're going to take a look at the relationship of your hands to the face.
Love it.
And then we're going to take a look at how the golf club rotates.
Yeah.
More specifically, how do you rotate your arms to control the face and get this closed club face, okay?
Excellent.
All
Excellent.
right.
So guys, I'm super excited to jump into that because we all know that I need some putting work here. Obviously, as I told you, so just a little bit of what David can provide. If you guys haven't seen before, David has a Flat Stick Academy, something that I personally watch is where I get my putting information from, and I can't highly recommend it enough. We will link all of that down below. This is just a beginning 101 to green reading. There's a lot more to it. So hopefully you guys learned some things with this. David, thank you. Look forward to working on my stroke here in a little bit.
Thanks,
man.
Absolutely.
All right, guys, so just want to recap a little bit in my own words. There's some take home for you guys. So what I learned there in terms of green reading is there's two things you need to do when you walk onto the green. The first thing is determine the break direction. And the second thing is determine the amount of break. And what David talked about was the break direction being primarily dictated by the slope. Finding a high point, seeing the direction of the slope on the putt between your ball and the hole that you're hitting to. That part should be the easier part, and then the second part, determining the amount of break, is more complicated. Some general things to start with, but obviously aim point is where you guys need to go to be able to do that. I think getting an idea of walking between your ball and the hole, feeling the slope with your feet and body, and then coming back and confirming that with your eyes behind it, picking a spot, putting the putter up, which I'm going to start doing immediately to confirm that targeting and seeing the ball curve into the hole. And then don't just hit the putt and leave. See what happened to the putt, analyze the putt, and use that to practice. And guys, green reading, like everything else, is something that takes time. You have to practice it and learn it. Hopefully those are some principles you can use to help you get started. Hey guys, thanks for watching. This was part 2 of a 2-part series on green reading with David Orr. If you didn't watch part 1, go ahead and search that. Would love for you to see some of the foundation to what this video was about. Thank you guys for watching. As always, if you like this video, click the like button down below. Click the notification bell. Also, please subscribe. Thank you guys.